My girlfriend and I unexpectedly obtained two systems. One was a 100-fold enlargement system. The other was a 100-fold reduction system. My girlfriend smiled and chose the enlargement system. I could only choose the one that was left. Unexpectedly, 3 days later, the torrential rain apocalypse. Everyone was trapped at home and unable to move. Resources became the biggest problem. I relied on the enlargement system. I enlarged all the supplies I had, saving and spending sparingly. Finally, my girlfriend and I overcame the difficulty together. Unexpectedly, after the torrential rain ended, my girlfriend mercilessly murdered me. If I hadn't stolen my enlargement system, I could have used this system to enlarge the food to save Brother Chuseng's family. You are good at everything, but you are too selfish. Opening my eyes again, my girlfriend got ahead of me and chose the enlargement system. I knew that she had also been reborn. My girlfriend looked at me with complacency. The joy in her eyes was impossible to hide, as she likes that Brother Chu so much and hates me, her boyfriend who saved her life, to the core. So this time I won't care what happens to you. My girlfriend was immediately eager to try out her new system. She casually enlarged the banana in her pocket 100 times. The small banana immediately turned into a huge banana. The snowstorm catastrophe that lasted for an entire year in the previous life suddenly ended, just when people thought that everything would return to normal. Unexpectedly, the torrential rain apocalypse suddenly arrived. Everyone was stuck at home with supplies running low, and I had several boxes of instant noodles and bread at home. I used the enlargement system to enlarge them, allowing us to get through the 5 years of torrential rain with difficulty. My girlfriend's childhood friend Chuseng helped us. The girlfriend next door begged me to help enlarge the food for her family, but I refused it, saying that people's hearts in the apocalypse are unpredictable. I refused to help her. I survived the apocalypse, but I was killed by the girlfriend I had protected so fiercely. Bleh. Fanjone. Now the enlargement system is mine. Are you feeling envious? After all, I can enlarge whatever I want. Your shrinking system seems useless. My girlfriend seems to be testing whether it is reborn. There is even a trace of caution in her eyes. I breathed a sigh of relief. I smiled, pretending to be unconcerned. What's the difference? It's just a system. If you want it, I can give you everything. I know that this time my girlfriend will definitely go to save her childhood sweetheart's family. And once someone knows about this system, my girlfriend will definitely not be safe in the apocalypse. And seeing that I have no interest in the enlargement system, my girlfriend ran out excitedly. She knocked on the door of Chuseng's house. Ran, how come you are here? Right after, my girlfriend grabbed Chuang's hand and said, Brother Chu, let's go in and talk. Seeing this, I immediately opened my phone to check the date. There are still 3 days left before the torrential rain starts. I still have time. Then, I immediately drove to the nearby supermarket. I swept up all the food, drinks and items I needed. Instant noodles, bread, these foods that I love, and also toilet paper, daily necessities, and so on. Davi. I also bought rice, flour and seeds of various vegetables, so that I can eat meat at all times. I even bought a brood of chickens. I also went to the furniture store. I picked out a complete set of furniture. I am preparing to build a new small house for myself. My house was on a high floor, in my previous life. Even if the torrential rain continued, it would not threaten me. I do not plan to leave my house. I just plan to live in a different way. During this time, I have been buying frantically, until all the money in my bank card was used up. On the contrary, my girlfriend knows that the torrential rain is coming, but she doesn't show any panic or preparation. It's just that she knows that her enlargement system can enlarge food, so she doesn't worry at all. She's even a little anxious. Of course I know what my girlfriend is waiting for. He hoped to stand out in the food shortage to save his childhood friend Chuseng's family, and then make Chuang fall in love with her. I always thought that he only had affection for Chuseng. I didn't think he was an airhead in love to the core. In the evening, the girlfriend returned home, with her eyes full of pink bubbles, as if she was already diving into the river of love with Chuseng. Fanggan, if I saved Chuseng's family, do you think Chuseng would fall in love with me? Hearing this, no. The girlfriend was instantly furious. Impossible. Brother Chu will definitely love me. Fanjone, tell the truth. You're doing this on purpose. You need me to teach you a lesson, right? I ignored my girlfriend's words. I just lowered my head to look at my phone, shopping online for the things I was going to use. I've already been wronged by my girlfriend once. I absolutely won't let this happen again, Hashin. The second time, Fanjone, you still have money. You could lend me tens of thousands. I want to buy some food. I just bought a refrigerator. All the money has been spent. The girlfriend immediately became furious again. It seems like I usually indulge you too much. What did you buy a refrigerator for? I can't exchange my rice for a refrigerator. Why are you overreacting so much? The girlfriend realized her mistake and immediately returned to normal. No. I was just curious. Your salary isn't very high. It's not that I'm afraid you'll have a hard time in life. Honey, I remember you had some food in your room, right? I've already taken it to give to the lonely old people in the neighborhood. After all, their lives aren't easy either. You won't be angry, will you? The girlfriend smiled brightly. She seemed to be expecting me to praise her for being kind. I didn't expect that in this new life, my girlfriend had not only already obtained the enlargement system I wanted, but she even transferred the last of my supplies. Is she deliberately trying to corner me? Seeing my girlfriend smile radiantly, my dislike for her intensified even more. I always thought that I treated my girlfriend very well since she hadn't entered university, and I had already bought an apartment in the city with my own efforts. I took her to live with me, but I never imagined that right on the other side of my door lived Chuseng, my girlfriend's childhood friend. The two of them played a lot when they were kids. Later, Chuseng's house was demolished, and they received a large compensation. They moved out of the village, but the moment my girlfriend saw the handsome Chuseng, she immediately felt love. She began to stalk him incessantly. Even during the torrential rain apocalypse when I didn't agree to help her family, my girlfriend, taking advantage of my absence, secretly gave a third of our supplies to Chuseng's family. Faced with this, I felt helpless. I could only lock the door to prevent others from coming to steal supplies. Nice. It turns out that in my girlfriend's eyes, I'm not even comparable to a man who doesn't owe her anything. My girlfriend immediately smiled and came to take my arm. Hey, honey, you're the best. I knew you wouldn't be mad at me for this little thing. I immediately pushed her arm away. I'm a little tired. I'll go back to sleep first. You go to bed early too. I turned around and hid in my room, starting to plan to find a shelter for myself. I also bought a wind power generation equipment, so that I can have a constant source of electricity, even during torrential storms. Everything I need is prepared. Now I just need to wait out the remaining time calmly. My girlfriend thinks that she has an extension system, so she doesn't worry at all. He spent a few hundred yuan of his own money on food, and secretly kept it in his room, as if he was afraid that I would steal something from him. I gave up on this house I bought right away. If I keep hiding in this house, no matter how small it is, there is a chance that I will be found. So I set my sights on another place, which would be another secret room in my bedroom. This is a small room that I had specially made when I was renovating the house. I never told my girlfriend about this place. This small room is not big. It is only the width of a small bathroom. But to me, once it is shrunk, it is a safe haven. The switch in the room needs my mobile device, so I am not worried that my girlfriend will discover it. Even if he discovers it, he won't be able to open it. In addition to this, I specially drove to a desert more than 10 kilometers away and used the shrinking system to shrink a pile of soil. This way, I will be able to use the soil and seeds to grow vegetables and become self-sufficient. I also shrank several trees and took them with me. In the blink of an eye, all the food and furniture I ordered arrived. Right now, there's only one day left before the torrential rain starts. I chose the delivery address at the country house where I used to live. That village is already deserted. No one lives there anymore. The house was full of furniture, appliances, and food, as well as all sorts of small things. Taking advantage of the fact that no one was around, I used the shrinking system to shrink everything. I put them in the boxes I had already prepared. Finally, I hesitated for a moment, and ended up shrinking my one-story house and taking it with me too, taking advantage of the quietness of the night. I drove back home during the night. I put all these things in the secret room. My girlfriend has been unusually excited these days, and thinks she has already made all the necessary preparations, so she hasn't paid any attention to my whereabouts at all. I had already prepared everything in the secret room. Air filtration system. Even if I live there for several years, I don't have to worry about running out of oxygen. After a whole night of my careful arrangement, the secret room has become a small farm. Super small chicks whose chirps are insignificant. They are buried in the pile of grass looking for insects. Outside the farm, I also have my small house. Inside, all the electrical appliances are available. Now I can finally rest easy, quietly waiting for the coming of the torrential rain. Last 12 hours. My girlfriend ran back to Chuseng's house. Chuseng's family didn't seem to like it, but my girlfriend didn't care about their opinion. She went straight into Chuseng's room. More than once I heard Chuseng's mother complaining to the neighbors downstairs. That young lady across the street has no shame. She's grown up now, and still runs to my son's room every day. Upon hearing this, a neighbor immediately joked with her, "Mo, I think she probably noticed your son. You're gonna have a daughter-in-law, don't you know? She didn't even pass the college entrance exam. Now, in her 20s, she doesn't even have a decent job. She just sits around the house all day. I heard she's living off her cousin. My son is tall and handsome, and has a job. She's no match for him." I didn't say anything. I pretended not to hear anything. There's still an hour before the torrential rain starts. I called my girlfriend. "What's up, Van Joan?" "I'm busy here. There's stuff to do at the company. I'll be working late today and won't be back." My girlfriend hesitated slightly, but ultimately she didn't warn me of anything. I knew she wasn't going to warn me to be careful either. Anyway, I called just to confuse her, to make her think I had already left home. Then, I manipulated the phone to open the secret room in the bedroom. I used the shrinking system once more. Only this time I didn't shrink any objects, but my originally narrow secret room. It now seems particularly spacious. The reason I dare to risk a shrinking myself is because, in my previous life I noticed that the things that were originally enlarged by the enlargement system miraculously returned to their original state after the torrential rain stopped. So I guess the shrinking system is the same. After the torrential rain stops, the system will stop working, returning things to their original size. Seeing the earth, the green trees, the little chickens, and the house, I feel exceptionally accomplished. Now I don't have to worry about the torrential rain anymore. Taking advantage of the fact that my girlfriend is not home, I installed hidden cameras in the house and in the hallway outside so I can watch everything that happens inside and outside the house from the video on my phone. Just in case, I even installed a surveillance camera in front of Chuseng's house. Now I am isolated from the world. The only thing that allows me to contact the outside world is this mobile phone, in addition to my computer and tablet. Several days have passed, and the torrential rain has not stopped, and has already caused great difficulties for the city's traffic. My disappearance does not come as a surprise to my girlfriend. She probably thinks that I have already died in the flood. These days, I have been cultivating the land on my small farm, planting vegetables and feeding the chickens. The only concern is that the chicks always eat the vegetable seedlings that I plant. With nothing to do, I turned on the surveillance camera, and found that my girlfriend had brought Chuseng to my house. They are sitting in the living room. My girlfriend has a triumphant smile on her face. "Brother Chuseng, do you have any food at home?" "Not much. If I had known, I would have stockpiled more. Now the first floor of the house is almost flooded and I can't get out. Ran, do you have any food at home? Could you share some with me? My parents and sister are also at my house. That little food is not enough. for the whole family to eat. Then, my girlfriend leaned against Chuseng and whispered in his ear. Immediately afterwards, Chuseng suddenly stood up with an expression of disbelief. Oh, how is it possible that something like this still exists? Of course it does. If you don't believe me, look. My girlfriend immediately used the enlargement system to enlarge an apple on the table. The apple instantly enlarged, sitting heavily on the table. Chuseng's expression changed from the initial disbelief to the current immense joy. He quickly grabbed his girlfriend Ruyan's shoulders. It's a fortunate thing I have you, so please increase the quantity of all the food in our house. Okay, brother Chuseng, but I have a small request. You know I like you, right Chui? Since I can save your family, could you please like me too? The girlfriend covered her eyes shyly, not noticing the complex expression on Chuang's face, which even showed some displeasure. Chuang immediately changed back to an affectionate expression. He took the girlfriend's hand. What nonsense are you talking? No, we're already together, you know? We were childhood friends. Now, of course, I love you too. When the torrential rain stops, I'll marry you. The bride happily hugged Chuang's neck. Great. I knew Chugye liked it too. So what about Fan Yan? He said he was going to work overtime. Now that the torrential rain has been pouring down for so long, he's probably already ascended to heaven. A glimmer of cunning crossed Chuseng's face. He once again coaxed the bride into taking the supplies out of her room. I was watching the monitor, with mixed emotions in my heart. How could I raise such a stupid bride? Stupid is one thing, but so is so evil. But what does that have to do with me? Anyway, I'm hiding here, and no one will know. I just need to live my little life in peace. Then I returned to the house, made myself some hot pot, then opened the refrigerator, and took out a bottle of soda, enjoying dinner with relish. Not only did I eat my craving, I also took pictures of the food and posted it on my social media, but I didn't expect my girlfriend to comment on my post right away. Fan Joan, where are you? It wasn't enough for her to comment on the post. My girlfriend also sent me several messages via satellite. Honey, it's raining heavily outside. Are you okay, honey? Where are you? And eating hot pot. I want to eat too. It's pouring with rain. I can't go out. Could you bring me some food? I didn't answer any of her questions. I simply took another picture of the drink I had just had and sent it to my girlfriend. She called me on the phone right after. Honey, how come you can eat hot pot? Could you bring me some to eat? I've been eating bread for days, although my girlfriend said, but I could hear another meaning in her anxious tone. Why can you eat in the torrential rain, Apocalypse 2? I laughed. I looked up and looked around. Everything was quiet, completely unaffected by the torrential rain outside. I'm still at the company. The company invited us to eat this hot pot. It's raining so hard. I can't go back. Go get something to eat at home. Hearing this, my girlfriend immediately started begging me like before. What's up, honey? The bread at home is so bad. I want to eat hot pot too. I can't. I still wanted to say something else, but I hung up the phone. I opened the surveillance system. Sure enough, I found my girlfriend was furious on the phone. Watching my girlfriend leave, I randomly opened my phone. I logged into the surveillance software and switched it to the surveillance of Chuseng's house door. Ruan, you're too amazing. This way our family won't have to worry about food and drinking. Oh, we really found a treasure, Ma. This is Chuseng's mother's business. It seems her family already knows about it. About the expansion system my girlfriend has. Auntie, you're so kind. My wish is that I can use this system to save my family. After all, we'll soon be family, right? Suddenly, the air seemed to grow tense. Chuseng's parents couldn't stop flattering her. That's right. If it weren't for Ruyan, how would we have gotten so much food? Chuseng is very lucky to be with you. It's a blessing for him. I was already saying that this young lady looks very nice. She was dizzy with compliments, unable to even locate her position anymore. I let out a cold laugh and turned off the surveillance camera. What kind of people are the Chuseng family? I know very well. When they received the money from the demolition, they immediately raised their heads in the village, looking. Everyone on everyone. And all their former relatives and friends were scared away by their own words. They always think that others are approaching them just for that demolition money. Many villagers say that they are too conceited. They don't even let the village chief stop by their house to ask for some water. How could those people treat my girlfriend sincerely? And that Chama Tuashu, I saw how arrogant he was since he was little. He said a lot of bad things about my girlfriend in secret. He never appreciated her, deep down, but I can't meddle in her business either. After all, I've been shrunk 100 times now. It didn't take long for my girlfriend to call me. My girlfriend's voice on the other end of the phone was very conceited. Fan Joan, I've got some good news for you. I'm already with Chuseng. Fine, I stated calmly, as I was feeding the hens. Why are you summoning me, Fan Joan? Why do I hear the clucking of chickens over there? Because I'm feeding the chickens. My girlfriend was stunned when she heard this. It's pouring rain. Where did you get the chicken? I didn't answer her question directly. I just said that they were my own. Banan, where exactly are you? Why is it that your place can eat fondue and also raise chickens? Your place hasn't been affected by the torrential rain. My girlfriend couldn't imagine that I didn't go anywhere, that I stayed in my own room just a wall away. They're two completely different worlds. How great. Your place hasn't been affected by the torrential rain. So, honey, tell me quickly, where are you? I'll take Chuseng and the others. Anyway, we'll be a family in the future. Look for me yourself. If you find me, come. What do you mean? You don't want us to go? As a boyfriend, I've always pleased my girlfriend since we were little. This is the first time I've spoken to in such a sarcastic tone. I kicked a chicken that I was on my way and stalked back from the countryside to the house. I have a lot of convenience food stored in my refrigerator, including pre-made pizza, dumplings, otimais, and so on. I turned on the fan again and took the baked pizza out of the microwave. After reheating the pizza, it looks golden brown, fragrant, and soft. I casually took a photo for my girlfriend. How come you have pizza there? Darling, tell me quickly, where are you? Darling, you are too selfish. I am here, nibbling on dry bread, eating instant noodles, and you are over there, eating pizza. My girlfriend's tone was urgent, and a bit pleading. Desperately trying to extract my address, I took a bite of the pizza with melted cheese, chewed twice, and said directly, wow, wow, wow. This pizza is too fragrant. The cheese on top even stretches. Fanjoan, no matter how good you are there, your food is also limited. What's the use of your reduction system? My enlargement system can enlarge your food. By then, it will be enough to feed you for a few years without any problems. Tell me quickly, where are you? I'll go find you. It's not that she wants to come in. She just can't stand the sight of me, shit. I keep saying the same thing. If you find me, come. I immediately hung up the phone. Seeing my girlfriend's helpless rage on the monitor, she smashed all the things in my room. Not long after, news that my girlfriend has an enlargement system spread throughout the neighborhood. As for who revealed this, it's obvious. My girlfriend's door was knocked on again and again. Everyone brought the leftover food they had in front of her, hoping that she could help them enlarge their food. At first, my girlfriend was a little overwhelmed. Originally, she wanted to pretend that she didn't have the system to fool them. Unexpectedly, Chuseng's family, who lives on the other side, immediately ran out. Chuseng's parents stopped the people who came forward to ask for help. Hey, Ruyan, but she's our family's future daughter-in-law. If you want to use the system, you have to get our family's consent. Ruyan consumes a lot of energy every time she uses the system. You have to pay. At first, Chuseng was a little angry because her parents told others that she had the system, but when she heard these words, she immediately became happy-ish. ECT. Yes, Ruyan, but she's my girlfriend. If you make her work, she'll pay. Chuseng openly hugged his girlfriend's waist while my girlfriend was shyly leaning on his arms. Arms. Thus Chuseng's family started doing business with his girlfriend. Everyone who begged my girlfriend to use the enlargement system had to give Chuseng 2,000 yuan. 2,000 yu's not cheap, but now it's the apocalypse of torrential rain. Everyone's resources are scarce. Money can't buy food either. This seems like a win-win deal. But through the surveillance cameras I realized that more and more people were coming to my girlfriend to use her system. And more frequently. This means that they also believe that as long as my girlfriend has the enlargement system, they will never starve to death. But they are ignoring one thing. The system can enlarge food, but only if you have the food in the first place. It can only be used once for the same object. You can't eat half, leave the other half, and continue using the system to enlarge it. 3 whole years have passed. In the residential complex, thanks to my girlfriend's enlargement system, no one has died of hunger. So everyone began to let their guard down by eating, drinking, and having fun without moderation. But by the end of the 3rd year, a crisis finally arose. The food in each household was almost exhausted. Even after my girlfriend's system enlarged it, it was not enough to eat. Resources were extremely limited, and the enlargement system was no longer an advantage. So the residential complex began to become increasingly chaotic. There were arguments and fights everywhere over the struggle for resources. My girlfriend had already moved into Chuseng's house, and they had become a family. Eavesdropping through the surveillance cameras, I learned that Chuseng's family had also noticed that fewer and fewer people were coming to my girlfriend to use the extension system. This business was hard to make money again, but my girlfriend continued to eat and live in her house. Her family had begun to resent her. They were planning to make up an excuse to kick my girlfriend out, so Chuen turned around and broke up with my girlfriend. Simply and directly put, what? I don't love you anymore. My girlfriend cried and screamed, desperately trying to hold on to him, but her family kicked her out. Apocalypse of torrential rain. No one cares who my girlfriend loves. Everyone only thinks about their own benefit. My girlfriend could only cry in front of her house for a day. After a night, she sadly returned to my house. But at this time, Chuseng's family had already emptied the house. Now this house is just an empty shell. Although my girlfriend made a scene in front of her house, in the end she only received her insults. In the meantime, I was in my small farm, living my small life quietly. If I'm hungry, I'll grab some vegetables and meat to fry together. If I don't want to cook, I'll take some pre-cooked food out of the refrigerator and make something quick. In my free time, I can even make myself a drink. The first thing I do every morning is feed the chickens and then make myself breakfast. Then I go to the farm to look the large area of vegetables I've planted, and so on. For 3 years they didn't hear from me. My girlfriend's call came again, with a tentative tone. She probably thought I had already passed away, but she didn't expect me to answer again. You're alive, how great. I thought you died from the torrential rain. Why are you calling me honey? You don't know how Chuseng's family treated me. They're using my expansion system to make money. Now that no one is looking for me to use the system, they just kicked me out of the house. Chuseng clearly said that she would marry me, but now she wants to break up with me. Her entire family are vile people who only seek their own benefits. They have wronged me so much. Now I have nothing to eat at home. Please come and find me. I have nothing to eat. I really will starve to death. You don't want to see your only girlfriend starve to death, do you? My girlfriend probably noticed something in my tone and subconsciously raised it, like a cat whose tail has been stepped on. Fanjoan, why don't you care about me at all? Me? You weren't like this before. You were reborn too. At that moment, I let out a faint laugh. Yes, what's wrong? You were reborn too. Why didn't you tell me? I'm sure you also know what kind of people Chuseng and her family are, right? Why didn't you tell me? You're so selfish. I didn't say much more, and directly recorded a video for her. In the video, my fruits and vegetables are growing well. A flock of chickens are running around everywhere, and the interior of the house is decorated in a cozy way. The fridge is full of food and snacks. It doesn't seem to have been affected by the pouring rain at all, as if it's another world. The moment I sent the video, my girlfriend exploded with rage. How can she be so selfish? Do you know how bad I'm having it right now? Come and get me quickly. Liu Ruan, when you pushed me downstairs in the past life, weren't you being selfish? Now that you've obviously been reborn, and know about the pouring rain, you've never told me. Aren't you selfish? My girlfriend seemed to take my kindness towards her for granted, but she never bothered to consider that she should reciprocate. I'm also no fool since you don't consider me family. Sweetheart, there's absolutely no need for me to save you again. I was really bewitched to let myself be blinded by that choosing. You can give up on me. I'm your only girlfriend. If I cancel my account, what are you gonna do? I simply said or randomly, then cancel your account. What do I care? After saying that, I hung up the phone. I can even imagine how furious my girlfriend on the other end of the phone is. Through the security camera, I can see my girlfriend going crazy and smashing things in the house all day long, especially in my room. Everything was smashed, but smashing things can't fill the stomach. No matter how much my girlfriend vents, it's useless. One day I found out that my girlfriend brought some bread from outside. Through the security camera outside the door, I realized that she actually stole it from Chuseng's house. Chuseng's entire family had gone out, with only Chuseng's 6-year-old sister left. My girlfriend tricked her into opening the door, and stole all the food from her house. Seeing this scene on the security camera, I couldn't help but laugh. What a great spectacle of dogs biting each other. Truly wonderful. I almost died laughing. As expected, after Chuseng's family returned from their outing, they discovered that all the food had disappeared. They flew into her, kicking and punching at my front door. They swore. My girlfriend was still like a scared turtle, locked inside and unwilling to come out. My front door is very sturdy. I specially chose the sturdiest door when remodeling. So even if the Chu family beat and insulted me outside my door for 3 whole days, and posed the slightest threat to my girlfriend inside the door, unexpectedly, Chuseng even dared to say to my girlfriend with a fawning smile, Ruyan, don't be childish. Give us back the food, and if we get back together, everything I said before was just angry words. Actually, I still love you. We even agreed to get married. You forgot. Chuseng, through a door, more. He was saying all sorts of sweet words to my girlfriend inside the door. My girlfriend was still hesitant at first, but unexpectedly for 2 whole days. Chuseng kept apologizing to her and even assured her that he would never be so reckless again. My girlfriend had her hand on the doorknob and there was a smile on her face that she couldn't hide. She knew that my girlfriend was going to have a hard time again. She just couldn't bear to watch the next scene. As soon as my girlfriend opened the door of the house, Chuseng, who was hiding outside the door, knocked her to the ground with his elbow. In the end, he could only hold his forehead in pain and watch helplessly as his family took all the food away again. Chuseng's father even hit my girlfriend's head hard before leaving. Here, what do you want to marry my son with? No way. I didn't expect a girl like you to have such evil thoughts. And you dare to steal our things. My girlfriend was lying on the ground, unable to move. Her voice was weak. That was originally my food. Chuseng also kicked my girlfriend, who was blocking the door, and took all the food back to his own house. My girlfriend had been lying at the door of my house for 2 days. She finally regained her strength. She got up, hugging her knees with her arms. She crouched at the door and cried for a long time. Even if she had the enlargement system now, it would be of no use. She has no food left. Right at the moment of her greatest desperation, she called me again. As soon as I answered the phone, my girlfriend was crying. When she finished crying, she said, Honey, someone is harassing me. I've been beaten so badly. My body hurts so much. Banjon, can you come and rescue me? It really hurts so much. I'm also very hungry. If it were before, I would definitely feel sorry for my girlfriend. I wish I could bear all the pain for her. But now, listening to my girlfriend's complaints, I'm unmoved. You deserve it. I hung up the phone and went to pick corn in the field. Time passed day after day. My girlfriend lay at the door of the house. Her figure became thinner and thinner. During that time, many people passed by. My girlfriend forced her to use the enlargement system to enlarge the food, although my girlfriend didn't want to. But after going hungry several times, she had no choice but to do so until the last moment of her life. She crawled to the door of Chuang's house, bowed her neck, and faded away forever. Chuang opened the door and discovered his girlfriend who had already passed away. He pushed her away with a kick of contempt. Another 2 years passed. The torrential rain had already flooded several floors of the building, but, just as I had predicted in my previous life, it did not threaten our floor. Just a few months before the torrential rain ended, Chuseng's family suffered a misfortune because his family's reputation in the neighborhood had never been good. Furthermore, they had made a fortune at the cost of my girlfriend's life. There were people who couldn't stand it. In the last months of the torrential rain, everyone's supplies at home were running out. But I don't know who sent the message in the neighborhood group saying that Chuseng's family still had plenty of food. Many people were carrying weapons and came to the door of their house in groups. They shouted and smashed everything. They demanded that they be given the food. Chuseng and his people not only reused, but also insulted those outside. This completely enraged them. Several groups of people made an agreement. They would take turns smashing Chuseng's door, his house. The sound of knocking on the door never stopped day or night. Finally, after 4 days, the door of Chuseng's house was completely destroyed. All the food in his house was looted. The entire family sat on the ground, crying loudly. Without food, they simply couldn't survive in the past few months. In the meantime, I ate and drank on my small farm. I had even gained 2.5 kilograms of weight. I survived until the last moment. The news that the storm had ended appeared on my phone. The sun finally broke through the layers of clouds. The golden sunlight spread over the earth, showing a glimmer of hope. I was originally loosening the soil for corn in the field, but I felt a strange sensation in my body. The farm and the house at my feet now seemed extremely small. I opened the secret room with my phone. I saw a ruined house. It's strange that only I had returned to my original size and not the things. They were still in their altered size. It's probably because the enlargement and reduction systems are different. After all, the system itself is something very strange. I stood by the panoramic window. I saw people who had survived running out of their houses, screaming to the sky. I screamed to the sky too. This time I finally survived.